few months ago, I had this anxiousness, this tightness in my chest. Imagine there's this knot, this tight knot, getting pulled and pulled and pulled in your chest, tighter and tighter each day. You're not able to sleep because of this tightness in your chest. You're overthinking everything. And it was because of it. It was because I was trying to follow this kind of passion. I was trying to find my own passion. I've just came out of my copywriting phase where all I wanted to do was make money, and the vehicle to get there was through copywriting. And after a while I realized I just didn't like it. I just could be doing other things. I have fallen off my self-improvement. I haven't been really that healthy. I haven't been socializing as much. So I stopped it and I began making videos, synthesizing. And during that, I just didn't get any success. I made my first video, my second videos, and barely got any views. Got like maybe 1, 2, and then I just started looking for my life's purpose, as you would call it. And there was a big mistake that I made right there. I started doing art, thinking that I need to be doing it 14 hours a day. Like, if it's really my passion, I should be able to do it 14 hours a day. It's just a magical thing that I'm gonna be able to touch it. I'm gonna be able to touch a pencil and then magically get into this zing, this kind of spiritual phase where I'll go no thoughts in my mind. And that was one of the biggest mistakes I made. I got anxious. I got even more anxious. To the point where I was actually getting suicidal thoughts. I was getting suicidal thoughts because I had this anxiousness. I just wanted to get rid of it. And I kept telling myself, I needed to just keep learning. If I just keep learning, I'll just naturally become successful. But it didn't work. I did my deep breathing. I tried everything. I tried meditating. Nothing. And if I could go back in time and tell myself, my younger self, something, would be that finding your passion, finding your life's task, as Robert Greene would call it, or your purpose, your flow state task, whatever it might be. It's not about you touching a guitar and immediately falling in love with it, and it's this magical thing that you just touch and you become so inspired, you become so magical with it. It's not that. That is not what happens with your purpose. Let's take Hamza, for example. He loved speaking from a young age. I loved art from a young age. I thought this would be like my life's task. But what I didn't realize was that it takes time for you to build up what you actually enjoy. You become intrinsically motivated by something when you actually become good at it. Take martial arts, for example. When you first begin a martial art, you get destroyed by everyone who's better than you, by the guys who've been going there for a few weeks, for a few months. You're like the newbie, you're the white belt. But as you progress through the belts, as you get better, as months and weeks and years go by, you start to enjoy it more. You start doing the weird tricks, the weird combos, the super style kind of kicks, punches, throws, whatever your martial art might be. And you start to enjoy it more. And that is exactly what happens with your life's task, or kind of what you want to do with your life. I know it may sound kind of young and kind of like less experienced to be able to say this, but I made this mistake where I thought I would be able to touch this thing and I'll magically be able to love it. It's not how it works. Is you do something for a while. Let's say you get interested in painting, and you do it for a while, and then you get good at it. And as you get good at it, you start enjoying it more. And that's how your life's purpose is built. It's you exploring your interest. Maybe it's this thing, maybe it's painting, maybe it's martial arts, maybe it's social skills. It could literally be anything. It could be self-improvement. It could be anything. The power of the internet allows you to have any interest and be able to monetize it. I personally have the interest of making money, of health, of fitness, of mental health, just an umbrella of self-improvement, really. And I'm just teaching my lessons like exactly this one. I just wish I was able to go back in time and tell this to my younger self, because he was so clueless on what his life's task would be. He thought it would just be this magical thing you touch and you become magically connected with it or something. It's not. It's just you exploring your own natural instincts. And yeah, it might seem like you won't be able to make as much money with it, but there's people with any kind of interest. Bro, there used to be this freaking Reddit site which it was like dragons and humans basically fucking each other. You might think that you're unique. You might think that your interest is like nobody else has your interest. But to be honest, You're not that special. You're not that unique. I'm not that unique. You'll hear this from successful people telling you that, oh yeah, anyone can become successful. Anyone can. No one's unique. I'm not unique. You can become successful too. That's what all the millionaires, billionaires, what successful people that you look up to say. But what they mean is that they just have an interest that you do too. For example, Eman, he was a young guy who wanted to make money, and he did it through agency. Therefore, he's this authority figure who's made money through agency and knows kind of like the pathways, the mistakes, the things to avoid, the things to do when running an agency. So he just teaches you how to do that. Hamza, he's done years of self-improvement, years of business, and he's got his own business now where he teaches exactly that. It's just you living your own experiences, you living your own life, and then teaching the people behind you. It's kind of like this idea of you learn from the person who's in level 3. Let's say right now you're level 0, and then you learn from the person who's at level 1, and then you level up to level 1, and that person goes up to level 2. So now you're at level 1 and this guy's at level 2. So now you're learning how to become level 2, but right now you're level 1. And since you're level 1, you can now teach people who are in level 0. And when you teach people like these basic concepts, that, for example, what I just told you this day, that isn't about you touching some magical thing and becoming intrinsically motivated by it. It's just you exploring your interest, and you naturally become good at something, and you just begin to enjoy it more. And you teach that to level 0 people so they can level up to level 1. And then when you level up to level 2, you teach people in level 1, and so on and so forth, and you go on forever. It's about you really exploring your interest, because as a human, your interest will never go away. You will always have an interest about something. You always have an interest about health, about improvement, about money, about status, about attracting women, attracting girls, about relationship, about whatever. There will always be an interest in you. And like I said, you're not that unique. If you have an interest, there's more than likely somebody else who has the same interest as you. You probably thought you were unique when you first started finding out about meditation, about making money online. But there were millions and billions of other guys who thought the same thing, just like you. There's millions of other guys just like you. And when you explore your interest, you play the infinite game. The infinite game is you doing something that you're naturally interested in for a very long time, and you become good at it. Let's say you did painting for the rest of your life. Would it be crazy to think that you naturally be good at painting after 30, 50, 80 years of devoting your life to becoming a painter? You'll be pretty good at it, right? So when you explore your interest, you naturally become good at what you do. There's an issue that I had, and I was just chasing the money. I was kind of just like looking where I could make money. I saw that, oh, dropshipping can make money. Oh, copywriting can make money. Oh, there's also YouTube, and there's also this business model. There were so many ways to make money, and all I wanted to do was make money. I didn't care about kind of like feeling good. I just wanted to make money because I thought money would make me feel good anyway. But when you play the infinite game, you start enjoying what you do. And fair enough, yeah, you might not make money for the first 1-2 years. But after you do make money in the 3rd year and you do something you love, wouldn't that be the greatest thing you could do? For example, with this YouTube channel I have. I'm just teaching what I learned. I enjoy just kind of speaking to the camera. I kind of just love speaking to you. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I enjoy speaking to someone, giving my advice, and it kind of shares my advice to someone so he can learn from my own mistakes, and I get to learn, and I get to kind of solidify this kind of belief in my mind. And therefore I just enjoy it. I could do it for the rest of my life. If I didn't get paid for it, maybe if I didn't get any praise for it, then fair enough, maybe I would like post maybe once every month, once every, I don't know, few months. But I still kind of enjoy just speaking to the camera, and because of that, I'm just naturally gonna become successful at it. I'm just naturally gonna, actually, a fun thing you can do is you can go into my channel and look at the first video I made and compare the way I speak there to the way I speak now. I used to stumble on my words. I used to kind of look to the side, not really looking at the camera. I was kind of reading a script word for word. I just used to write a script word for word and then kind of look at it like this and try to pretend I was looking at the camera in some way. And right now I can kind of just speak with the thoughts that come into my mind. I have like a general idea of what I want to share to you, and that's really what you want to do. It's doing something that you really enjoy for a very long time, and you naturally become successful at it. For example, synthesizing. Going and exploring your own interest and teaching the people behind you. For example, how to get from level 0 to level 1, and people will pay for it. People paid hundreds to learn how to be more productive. People pay hundreds to learn how to improve their habits. People pay for books. People pay for knowledge. And if you can become that person who provides the knowledge, whether it's with productivity, with martial art, with judo, with boxing, with social skills, with whatever it is, and that's the best part. It's your own interest. You can do whatever you want. And then you teach the people who have that same interest as you, but since you're now at level 1, you teach the people who are at level 0, and you have a business. So that's just kind of a lesson that I wanted to share, and I'm going to get back to working out, and I really hope you benefited from this video.